Okay, so yeah, first of all, 369, thank you very much for your time. So we're currently broadcasting live in Chinagap. So could you greet your Spanish fans?
欢迎369来到访问，然后今天恭喜你们获得了比赛，可不可以和他们的这个好像是西班牙媒体的朋友们打个招呼呢？就是跟
可以，Hello，大家好，我是369。
Hello, this is 369.
So congratulations on your 3-0 victory today. This was your first ever series in MSI. So how do you feel after a 3-0 victory?
恭喜京东今天3-0获得了比赛的胜利。这场比赛呢，也是你是队伍在本届 MSI 的首场比赛，现在旗开得胜，首战告捷，感觉怎么样呢？
感觉非常开心，然后第一次打 MSI，很开心。
I feel pretty happy. This is my first ever MSI tournament, so I'm very excited.
So specifically after the first game, I saw in the backstage cam that you seemed a bit unhappy despite the win. Is there something in this series that you were disappointed by?
他说，在第一局结束之后呢，看到后台的镜头，你的神情好像看起来稍稍有点那个沉静嘛，然后或者是他想问你说，你觉得在这3场比赛当中，有没有哪些点是不太满意的，还是有什么事情会让你？
感觉还是就是发挥的不是特别好吧，然后比较遗憾，就这样。
I don't think I performed well. Maybe it was a little bit pity about my own performance.
So today you faced Licorice, a top laner that even LCS fans were not rating super highly, but he had a very good performance even against Bean in the playing, and even solo killing you today. So were you surprised by his performance? How did you feel playing against him?
其实你今天对阵到的 Licorice 这名上单选手，也可以说是来自于 LCS 里面很厉害的上单嘛。今天他可能在对线期的时候有单杀你，所以整体来讲，你觉得跟他对线怎么样呢？
我感觉对面上单还是很厉害的，然后我很早就看他打比赛了，也算是一名老将，就很有经验，还是就是很厉害。
I think Licorice is really very strong player because he's a very experienced veteran. Actually, I have started watching his games, watching his match very earlier.
So if I understand, you prepared really strongly against Golden Guardians, but they even came with some interesting drafts, like with the last game with the Rengar. Were you surprised at all this series?
今天对阵到 Golden Guardians 的时候，他们其实有一些也想了一些点子嘛，在阵容上，特别是在第3局的时候，他们选出了狮子狗打野这样一个选择，有没有就是让你们有点出乎意料呢？
觉得还是蛮好玩的吧，感觉他们打野就是想要玩的开心一点。
你觉得这个阵容这个选择蛮好玩的，还是说这个？
我觉得狮子狗对上螳螂这个选择挺好玩的。
Actually, I think Rengar versus into cards is really an entertaining matchup. Maybe their jungler wanted to have some fun in game.
So next series you will play against BLG. I want to talk a bit about the matchup against Bean. Because after the LPL finals, we saw him practice a lot of times in solo queue. And even this MSI, his champion pool feels very different to what he played in LPL playoffs. Do you think you taught him a lesson in the finals?
In LPL Spring Finals, you mean?
Yeah.
下一场呢将要对阵到 BLG 嘛，他想问一下有关于你和冰选手之间的对决。因为在 LPL 里面也是交手过很多次的老对手了，而且呢，冰他在 MSI 本次表现呢拿出来的一些英雄选项，好像和他在季后赛拿出来的不一样。然后关于下一场你和冰的对决，你会不会觉得再去给他一点，就是你懂的，就是在上一课啊，或者说是对于下一场，特别是跟冰的对决有什么期待吗？
来到 MSI 了，就是我希望两支 LPL 队伍都能进到决赛，然后在决赛再放狠话。
Both of us, I mean JDG and BLG, we made the MSI. So I really want to both of us can show the better performance. I hope JDG and BLG will be face each other in the grand final, and maybe before the grand final, I will say some trash talk until then. At that time,
Yeah, I look forward to it.
他期待。
So I wanted to ask in general, how confident are you in winning MSI? And do you think BLG is your biggest competitor, or maybe some LCK team is scarier?
那么在本届 MSI 当中，总体来说，你会不会觉得很有自信，是可能有拿下冠军呢？或者你觉得 BLG 是队伍最大的威胁，还是一些来自于其他赛区的其他队伍会是一个对于京东来说比较大的对手呢？
我觉得我们能不能拿下冠军，取决于我们的状态吧。然后我们也是来的比较仓促，然后训练时间不是很多，所以说如果我们能状态越来越好的话，我们就可以冠军。
然后他说想要问一下，你觉得 BLG 会是最大的对手吗？还是其他赛区的哪支队伍会是你们的最大的竞争对手呢？
我觉得 LCK 的2支队伍和 BLG 都有很大威胁，就这样。
Actually, I think if we can lift the trophy for 2023 MSI, is depends on how we perform and depends on our own form because we haven't played so many screens because we just came to London not for a long time. So I think BLG, Genji, and T1 will be the 3 most competitives for us. Maybe like 3 very strong opponents we need to face off.
So in general, I want to talk about the strength of JDG. You've already won LPL, been to Worlds before. So how strong do you feel this current JDG roster is compared to your previous teams?
之前的369选手也是跟着队伍有一些国际赛事的经验嘛，就像世界赛这样。你觉得现在这支京东，你们这样的一支组合，这样的大名单，这个阵容，这个队伍来说，就是有什么不同，或者觉得这会不会对现在的这支京东非常自信？
我们这支京东的话，就建立初期的目标就是拿到世界冠军嘛，就是无论是 MSI 的还是世界赛的，就是目标就这些。
Actually, when we started to rebuild our roster, I mean this JDG squad, our goal has always been lifting the trophy, winning the championship, no matter in regional or in such an international tournament stage.
I also want to talk a bit about your relationship with Knight, because we've seen some vlogs about you talking to him and about your time together in top esports. So how do you feel being in a team with him, and what changed in both of you since your first days together in top esports?
他接下来想问一下你和中单 Night 之间的一些情况。他是看到京东的一些 Vlog 里面看到你们也有很多经常去聊天啊，然后也做一些互动。他特别想知道的是，当时你们在滔博是一起是队友，然后现在又在京东又重逢了，你觉得这样的有什么变化吗？最大的变化是什么？现在能够再次跟他在一个队伍当中打比赛，感觉怎么样呢？
和 Net 的话，因为我曾经就离开了滔博1年嘛，然后那年他还在滔博接着打，然后后面又再相遇的话，觉得还是跟之前一样，但是觉得大家都变得更厉害了，就是这样。
Actually, I left Top Esports for 1 year, while at that time, Knight was still played in Top Esports, and now we reunited in the JDG roster. Actually, I feel there are some similarities, the same feelings, but I believe that both of us became more stronger.
Cool. So I wanted to also ask you about a discussion that's been going on in the Spanish and the Western scene about the attitude that the professional players should have after some players were seen laughing backstage immediately after a tough loss. In general, as a world-class competitor, what do you think is the best attitude to have after losing an important game?
Sorry, could you please wait for a minute? I need to ask something about our staff. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
那就这个，最近我们可以看到有一些队伍输掉比赛之后呢，镜头上看到他们可能在后台还是一个就是还很放松的在就比较像笑的状态。那么369作为一个职业选手，你觉得是应该就即使输掉比赛之后，就或者是在这种情况下，他是想问一下有关于职业的态度。
我是觉得如果输掉比赛，所有人都闷在那的话，是很不好的感觉。我觉得就是还是要有人站出来，缓解大家的气氛。我觉得笑的那个人其实才是做的是对的。
Actually, from my own perspective, I do think if we face a very disappointed lose, we don't have to, or we don't need to be everyone. If everyone was very disappointed, that atmosphere was not very good. I think there should be a person who stand out and to try to cheer the other teammates up, try to get the positive atmosphere for the whole team. I think that's right. That is appropriate or a dissent mentality.
Is this a role that you try to have in the team?
你觉得你在队伍中是这样一个角色吗？
算是吧，就因为我也是在大家就输了或者气氛比较差的时候，我也会就站出来就鼓舞士气，类似这样。
Actually, I did. I'm the person, if we face some disappointing losses like that, I would stand out and try to cheer my teammates up, try to keep a positive atmosphere in our team.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, 369. Good luck in the future. And could you
接受
please
采访。
OK，
could you please give us a pause for the goodbye?
他说想跟大家说再见，拜拜。
拜拜，谢谢大家。
拜拜，谢谢。